Okay, so first things first. Wow, I made it into a tournament. This is crazy. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of firsts today. Like first time playing in a tournament, first time competing against Kirk, and probably first time losing. Because Kirk is really good, but hopefully I put up a good amount of points, and hopefully I do well enough to get a manager pretty soon because I suck at these promos. So.
Don't feel bad, Dylan. We suck at these promos too. It's kind of just the way things go.
We're pretty good at them, I think. It's not like I'm going to cut off my player while he's doing his intro. I'm just kidding. That was just a bit because now we suck at the promos. Go ahead, Kirk.
Yeah, see, case in point. I'm excited to be here. Tournament time is always fun. Dylan seems like a really cool guy. I've watched, the little bit of tape we have on him. It's fun to play new people instead of playing, Brian Michaels for the 15th time. Get some new blood, new energy. At the same time, because there's all that tape on him, I don't know what to expect. So, Dylan's a wild card here, and I'm sure he'll do. He's talking down about himself. I'm sure he'll do much better than he's saying. And we never know what's going to happen because, like I said, we don't know much about this guy. Ethan, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the same as you. He's newish. I've seen him play a little bit here and there, but not much. I really like his poster lineup on his wall, so respect for that, Dylan. But unfortunately, you're playing Kirk in your first round, an early match for you, and I think Kirk's going to take this one. He's been around a long time. He's great. He's a great player. Tournament time, we love it. We're going to have Club Dread cut a path through this tournament. Let's do it, man. Let's take the first round.
Let's do it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Multiplex Movie Warzone Summer Series Singles Tournament. I'm your host, Cameron Holzman. With me, I have Mr. Andrew Barr. Barr, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited for this match.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a good one. We've got the number 10 seed, Kirk Kowalkowski, going up against the number 23 seed, Dylan Vanthuyne. Kirk has been around for a while, has been consistently playing at a high level. Dylan, we've only seen one match, but he played very well in that one match, so I think this is going to be very interesting. Any thoughts before we get going, or should we just jump into it?
I have quick thoughts. Kirk seems cool. Dylan seems cool. Ethan seems cool. Let's get this started.
All right. Well, here we go. Introducing first, he is the number 23 seed. He is Dylan Vanthuyne.
Hey.
And introducing second, representing Club Dread, he's the number 10 seed, Kirk, the consigliere Kowalkowski. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but we're going to say that I did.
Close enough.
Gentlemen, we are going to get into round number one. Round number one is going to work like this. We are going to get 8 questions in 8 different categories from the realm of general movies. If you get it right, you get a point. If you get it wrong, you do not get a point. You'll have about 15 seconds to write it down on your whiteboard. If you get all 8 questions correct, you will be issued a bonus question, which if you're the only one to get it, you could just say it. If both of you get it, both of you write it down. You have 3 repeats and a challenge to use throughout the match. Any questions before we get going?
Nope.
All right, then we are going to get into question number 1. Number 1 is going to come in the category of recent releases. Richard Jewell centers around a bombing at what event? And we will accept a general answer.
Speaking of bombing, my last stand-up routine at the Chuckle Hut. It was real terrible.
Speaking of jewels, you ever seen Jewel of the Nile?
Speaking of Jewel, who will save my soul?
2, 1, pens down. We'll start with Kirk.
I believe it's specifically the 96 Atlanta Games, but it's the Olympics.
And Dylan.
Oh, I said a marathon.
The Olympics is correct. Kirk taking a 1-point lead as we get to question number 2.
Which is going to come in the category of sports.
Nope.
Directors.
Okay.
Who directed You've Got Mail?
We're off to a great start. This is what happens when you let me and Barr host and not Kaleb Boatman.
I've been up since 3 a.m.
Woo! I've been up since a lot later than that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Dylan
Nora Ephron.
and Kirk.
Nora Ephron.
Both correct. As we get into your third question, which surprisingly will come in the category of sports. Invictus centers around what sport? It's okay, Bar. We've all done it. We've all done it.
Good. I've done. I
I
just
think
haven't
we'll
have done that multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah, we've all done it. We've all been there. We've
Yeah.
all hit rock bottom at one point. 5, 4,
I'm still
3,
falling.
2, 1. Pens down. Kirk
Rugby.
and Dylan.
Rugby.
Both correct.
All right, your fourth category comes in mystery thriller. All right, cool. Michael Douglas and Glenn Close star in what thriller?
I'm proud of you. You correctly named the category, and I've decided that that's the only joke we're going to make in all of the banter all night tonight. It's just going to be making fun of you for that tiny mistake that we've all made before.
That's what my parents do.
5, 4. It's how we haze you for doing the writing team. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We start with Dylan
Fatal Attraction.
and Kirk.
Fatal Attraction.
Both correct. As we get into question number 5 in the category of action adventure, what job does Paul Newman's character have in The Towering Inferno?
My job was to correctly say the category, and that last time I did. Didn't the first time.
Fun fact about The Towering Inferno, it stars everyone's favorite actor, football player, and unfortunately non-convicted murderer O.J. Simpson. 5,
Whoa!
4,
Yikes!
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Kirk
I didn't overthink it. I said firefighter.
and Dylan.
Whenever I don't know, it's usually a journalist.
That's a good guess. Unfortunately, both incorrect. We're looking for an architect. He's an architect.
The other one you should go for if you don't know the answer, to be honest with you. Your next category is going to come in Oscars. Who won the lead actress Oscar for playing the title character in Mildred Pierce?
That just sounds like one of my grandma's friends.
It is your grandma's
Oh,
friend.
I live in the old folks' home with Mildred Pierce and Betty Grable.
I really hope the answer's not Betty Grable.
That's what I was just saying.
1. Pens down. Dylan, did you write Betty Grable?
I wrote Betty Davis.
And Kurt.
I said May Davis.
The both incorrect. It is Joan Crawford.
The other one.
Joan Crawford. That's right. The other one.
Wait, is Betty Davis in that movie?
I have no idea. Your penultimate question comes in the category of comedies. What university does Elle attend in Legally Blonde?
We got.
Now, we
Kirk
both
here.
love this movie.
Yeah.
And one Kaleb Boatman just recently.
Not a
not to
very
date
accurate
this.
view.
Shame.
All right,
He did not.
Shame.
He committed-
Something just
Okay.
popped up on my screen here. I got it written down already, but
Yeah, no worries. 5, 4,
there we go.
3,
This movie is great.
1. It's brilliant. Pens down. We start with Kirk
Yeah, it is hard. It's Harvard, you idiot.
and Dylan.
Harvard.
Harvard is correct. As we get into your final question, as there are no perfect rounds, Bar.
Gonna come in scores and soundtracks. Who composed the score for The Iron Lady, Cinderella Man, and American Beauty? Some would call you the American Beauty. I call you the
Yes,
Canadian
because if
Beauty.
there's one adjective to describe me, it's American.
Yes.
Cameron
like
is the
apple
one who's
pie
very
and-
vocal about not believing in your country.
You like apple pie and hot dogs and Broadway.
2, 1. Pens down. I mean, yeah, but Dylan
Howard Shore.
and Kirk.
Yeah, those sound like Howard Shore movies.
Both incorrect. We look for Thomas Newman,
Oh yeah.
Randy's kid. So
Brother.
at the end of round number 1, I have Kirk at 5, Dylan at 4. Is that what you have, Bar?
Yes, that is what I have.
All right, so we're going to get into round number 2. For round number 2, we're going to bring up the lovely wheel from wheeldecide.com. The wheel will have 8 different categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. The player in the lead, in this case being Kirk, will get to choose whether he wants to spin first or defer. Whichever player spins, if they like what they get on the first spin, they can spin again, unless they land on opponent's choice. But they will be stuck with whatever they get on their second spin. You will then get 5 questions worth 2 points apiece, but you can check to multiple choice for 1 point. But be careful, because stealing is available. Your opponents can take away your hard-earned points, and you need those points to feed your children, so don't let them get taken away from you. The categories on the wheel today are Kirk's Strengths of, directed by George Romero and the Marx Brothers, and starring the Marx Brothers. We have Dylan's Strengths of, directed by Jim Jarmusch, and 2010's director filmography, as well as actors and actresses, music, crime and war, and spinners and opponent's choice. So Kirk, we will bring in your manager. And would you like to spin first or defer?
We're going to defer, right, Kirk?
Yeah, we'll defer.
Okay.
All right, so we will take out Mr. Beller. And Dylan, this will be your first spin. It is going to land on the category of directed by George Romero. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I like this wheel, so I'll spin again.
All right, spinning again. Whatever he lands on, he will be stuck with. And it lands on his strength category of 2010's director filmography. The respin paying off. Bar, would you like to give him his questions in 2010's director filmography?
Sure. Dylan, your first question in 2010's director filmography. Are you ready?
Mhm.
Great. Who directed...
Also, sorry, before you start, Kirk, can you just unmute, please? Thank you.
Good catch.
Great. Your first question. Who directed Hall Pass, Dumb and Dumber 2, and Green Book?
Oh, Peter Farrelly.
That is correct for 2 points.
Very different quality films.
I know Green Book sucks.
All right, your next question. Who directed The Impossible, A Monster Calls, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom?
I hope I don't screw up his name. J.A. Bayona.
You got it correct. That's 2 points.
Cuckoo.
Next question. Who directed A Simple Favor, Last Christmas, and Spy?
It's, why am I blanking on his name? Paul Feig.
2 more points. There we go. Who directed Step Up 3D, G.I. Joe Retaliation, and Gem and the Holograms?
Oh. I'll go to multiple choice on that one.
Your multiple choice options are A. Stephen Summers, B. Ann Fletcher, C. John M. Chu, or D. Matt Spicer.
John M. Chu.
That is correct for 1 point. Very disappointing to hear that he directed all of those. And your final question, who directed Horrible Bosses, Baywatch, and Identity Thief?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A. Seth Gordon, B. Michael Showalter, C. Jason Moore, or D. Jonathan Levine.
So can I get a repeat of those options again?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Your options are A. Seth Gordon, B. Michael Showalter, C. Jason Moore, or D. Jonathan Levine.
I'm going to say Jason Moore.
That is incorrect. Chance for the 1 point steal, Kirk. Your options again are A. Seth Gordon, B. Michael Showalter, C. Jason Moore, or D. Jonathan Levine.
I'm going to say D.
That is also incorrect. We were looking for Seth Gordon.
All right, so at the end of Dylan's turn, he gets himself up to 11 points. Kirk, getting no steals, is still at 5. Is that what you have, Bar?
That is what I have.
All right, so we will bring back up the wheel and we will bring back in Mr. Ethan Beller for Kirk's first spin, which is going to land on the category of crime. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I mean, that's like obviously a really good category for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really good category for you. There are other things on there that are probably a little better. There's not much on there really that's actually, I mean, there's not really anything on there that we're afraid of at this point. So
No.
I feel like if you want to risk the respin, you could, but this is a great category for you, so maybe we just keep it.
Yeah, I think we'll keep it because I mean, this is what. Yeah, this is the one we were looking at after strengths. That was the one. So yeah, we'll stick
Yeah,
with
let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, Kirk, sticking with the category of crime, I will be giving you your questions. Your first question of 5, Kirk, in crime. Who plays Gina, the wife of Philip Seymour Hoffman's character in Before the Devil Knows You're Dead?
Marissa Tomei.
That's correct for 2 points. Your second question. In Molly's Game, what profession does Idris Elba's character have?
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, banker, B, lawyer, C, author, or D, reporter.
Lawyer.
That is correct for 1 point. Your third question. Paper Moon features a father-daughter duo who scam people into buying what?
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, auto parts, B, bonds, C, greeting cards, or D, Bibles.
Bibles.
That is correct for 1 point. Your fourth question in crime. Alec Guinness plays a bank clerk who teams up with an eccentric neighbor to steal gold in what film?
The Lady Killers.
That is incorrect,
Oh.
Dylan, for the 2 point steal.
Um,
5, 4,
no, I got nothing.
3, 2. All right, we were looking for the Lavender Hill Mob. The Lavender Hill Mob. Alec Guinness does star in the Lady Killers, though. And your final question in crime, Kirk. In A Fish Called Wanda, Ken keeps accidentally killing what type of animal?
A dog.
That is correct for 2 points. So at the end of round number 2, I have Kirk and Dylan tied at 11. Is that what you have, Mr. Andrew Barr?
That is what I have.
All right, so we're going to get into round number 3. Round number 3 is our Pick Your Poison round. Our competitors are going to have the chance to choose what they want for their 1, 2, 3, and 4 point questions. The categories that they can choose from today are 2010s, 90s, horror, drama, romantic comedies, sports, movie release dates, and Al Pacino. So we are going to let our competitors choose what they would like, and we will be right back. Our competitors have had the chance to choose what they would like for their 1, 2, 3, and 4 point questions. Kirk has chosen his 1 in horror, his 2 in sports, his 3 in Al Pacino, and his 4 in the 1990s, whereas Dylan has chosen his 1 in the 1990s, his 2 in drama, his 3 in horror, and his 4 in the 2010s. Our competitors are tied, so we will start with Dylan. And because Barr gave Dylan his questions in round 2, I will be giving them now. So, Dylan, your 1 point question in the 1990s. Reminder, both competitors still have all 3 repeats left. What is the profession of the title character in Patch Adams?
He's wait a minute. Is he a clown?
That is incorrect. He is a doctor.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
He
I
is a
couldn't remember
doctor.
if he was
He
a
just
hospital
dresses
clown.
up like a clown because he's played by Robin Williams. As we get into Kirk's first question, read by Mr. Barr.
Yes, Kirk, your first question coming in the realm of horror. How many Nightmare on Elm Street films has Wes Craven directed?
2.
That is correct.
One of them even has his name in the title.
I knew that one.
As we get into
the one.
Dylan's 2-point question in the category of drama films. Sofia Coppola directed what 1999 Kirsten Dunst drama?
Virgin Suicides.
That is correct for 2 points.
All right, and we're going to go to Kirk for his 2-point question in sports. Who plays the alcoholic father, Shooter Flatch, in Hoosiers?
Dennis Hopper.
That is correct for 2 points.
So we return to Dylan for his 3-point question in the category of horror films. If I can find the category, there it is. What job does Karen White have in The Howling?
It's one that I haven't seen, so this isn't good. A journalist.
That is correct for 3 points. When
It worked this time.
Did not work in round 1, but it worked in round number 3.
Even if I would have missed that, I just didn't want it to be journalist again and miss it.
Absolutely. So we'll bounce back to Kirk's 3 in Pacino.
In Al Pacino. Kirk, your 3-point question. What Al Pacino film features the characters Ricky Roma, Shelley the Machine Levine, George Aronow?
You froze up. Can I get that again?
Yeah, you cut out Bar. Give him a technical
Absolutely.
repeat.
Yeah. So your technical repeat. What Al Pacino film features the characters Ricky Roma, Shelley the Machine Levine, and George Aronow?
Five, 4, 3, 2,
Repeat.
1.
All right, that's Kirk's first repeat. Kirk, your 3-point question in Al Pacino. What Al Pacino film features the characters Ricky Roma, Shelley the Machine Levine, and George Aronow?
Donnie Brasco.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Glengarry Glen Ross.
All right, so we will now go over to Kirk for his 4-pointer in 90s. If he hits it, Dylan will have to hit his 4-pointer, but if not, Dylan will win. You have 2 repeats left. Kirk, Bar, what is the question?
Your 4-point question in 90s is, Reagan High is the location of what 1999 dark comedy?
And again, you cut out again the name of the school.
Yeah,
okay?
sorry.
Sure. Sorry. Reagan High is the location of what 1999 dark comedy?
Election.
And your winner,
What the fuck?
Dylan Vanthuyne. The answer was Jawbreaker. Jawbreaker was the correct answer. That was a fantastic match. We're going to get right into some post-match interviews, starting with our unfortunate second-place finisher, Kirk. Kirk, that was a fantastic match. It was even throughout, and then just that 3 and that 4, they're hard questions, and sometimes they come back to bite you. How are you feeling?
Not good, because the first thing that came to mind was Jawbreaker. And I thought, is that a high school or is that a I wasn't sure if that took place at a high school or not. But Jawbreaker was the first thing that came to my mind. Oh man, that's gonna sting for a while.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Kirk played a great game. He just missed his last 2. They were hard questions. It's okay. Dylan's really good. Dylan played a great game. I do like him, contrary to what I may or may not have said backstage to him before round 3. But I'm gonna watch his career with interest as he carves his way through this tournament. But Club Dread will continue on. We will keep playing, and we have more people in this tournament.
Yeah, Dylan played well. I think, no offense to Dylan, I think right now this looks bad for me because it's a newcomer. Nobody knows him. But I think by the end of this tournament, by the end of the year, he'll probably do this a couple more times because he's good. But yeah, just a couple things there. Like I knew the lawyer question for what's his name, that Ricky Roma. That I knew the name, but I just couldn't pull the movie. And like I said, Jawbreaker was the first thing that came to my head, and I was like, no, I'm not sure. Oh man, this is my most painful loss I've ever had because I had the answer in my head and I just passed on it. Oh, that
Absolutely.
sucks.
It's the unfortunate reality of the tournaments, especially with newer players, as you see players who we don't know much about that people tend to underestimate taking out more established players, like, say, an Ethan Beller beating a Jake Marangoni in the first round of a tournament, a Kaleb Boatman beating everybody in an entire tournament, coming in as the 30-something seed. But
were the days.
Still a fantastic match. Thank you guys for coming, and we are going to go to our winner tonight, Mr. Dylan Vanthuyne. Dylan, pulling off what, based on the seedings, is an upset. How are you feeling?
Yeah, at a loss for words. This is crazy. I do feel a little bad because Kirk is, as someone who's been a fan of these fan leagues for a while, Kirk is like one of my favorite players and just one of my favorite personalities in the community. So I was happy to be going up against him, even though he has some strengths that don't exactly align with mine, except for George. I liked some of Georgia Romero's stuff, but yeah, this is crazy. I did not expect this. So
yeah, absolutely. It was a close match all throughout. When you guys were tied in round one, that 1 point miss I thought could have been the deciding factor, but you managed to come back from that and end up winning. I cannot remember who the players in the other match that you would be playing the winner of are. I'm sure someone on the call does. Should I bring this person in person backstage?
Yeah, you can, because there's two actual things that are going to happen now. One, Dylan is now in my faction. He's in the first order.
Oh!
We talked strategy before this match about how to play this. I wasn't going to go full against Kirk because that's just blinded, but I didn't want him to go in blind because I actually respected a lot how he played in the first match. And again, a Markman Chaka from last season shocked the world. Again, I like Kirk a lot. I feel really bad. But he will play the winner, which it doesn't get any easier, Dylan. You'll play the winner of a similar Markman Chaka last setup. You'll be playing.
I think I do know.
Cameron Redshaw is your next opponent in this match. So again, shock the system, see if you can do. But again, same thing I told Mark. If he was going to win his first match, he'd have a spot in the faction. You won. You were going to be in my faction, win or lose, because Kirk's a fantastic player. You just happened to pull off the win. So we'll get to work and see if you can do what Mark did last year and knock out Redshaw. So who knows?
awesome. That'd be great.
Absolutely. So we will say goodbye to Cody and Dylan and go to final thoughts with Bar. Bar, I don't know about you, but I think that was a fantastic match. It was basically within 1 point of each other the entire time. Any final thoughts here?
I'm exhausted. Yeah, that was a great match. That's probably going to be one of the best matches of the first round of this tournament, if not the tournament overall.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is going to be a great match. We've had a lot of great matches that we've filmed so far, and I'm sure they're only going to get better. So with that being said, I have been Cameron Holzman, and on behalf of Andrew Barr, Ethan Beller, Kirk Kowalkowski, Dylan Vanthuyne, and Cody Newberry, apparently, thank you all for watching.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
It would take a miracle. Bye-bye.